This video series has been developed to assist the aircraft operators in their participation in the BARS audit program. The next step on the BARS registration cycle is the corrective action phase. We will first introduce you to the BARSoft Audit details page, where we can see all the information on each of the nonconformities identified during the audit. We will then show you the flow chart for the corrective action process and the step-by-step actions through the individual fields in the findings page of BARSoft. Details for every finding and nonconformity during the BARS audit can be found on the BARSoft Audit finding table. The table is split to show the number of individual P1, P2 and P3 nonconformities, and also the status of each corrective action as it works its way through the corrective action plan or the corrective action taken. Each number in the Finding Workflow menu table is a link to the list of nonconformities that you wish to work on. When the list of findings is displayed, click in any location within that finding to open up that finding and carry on the work. The individual finding field will show you the question, the description of nonconformity, the root cause, corrective action plan, corrective action taken, and the auditor's comments. It will also allow you to attach individual documents as evidence for that finding to be closed. This goes in the attachments link. Don't forget, every time you make a data entry, please click on the Save button to ensure that it is recorded. Now, let's look at the process step by step for closing a BARS audit finding. The process consists of entering the root cause, a corrective action plan, acceptance of the plan by the auditor, completing the corrective action taken, and then acceptance and closure by the auditor. This flowchart demonstrates the corrective action closure process from the beginning all the way through to close. Each and every finding must have a root cause analysis identified. Root cause analysis is a systematic analysis undertaken by the operator to identifying the underlying cause or reason for that nonconformity. A nonconformity or finding that is classified as P3 will still require the root cause analysis to identify the reason that the operator has been assessed as nonconformity. Consider using the 5 whys methodology or the fishbone methodology for doing a good root cause analysis, which will ensure that the finding does not reoccur. There is a convenient drop-down list of possible root causes listed in BARSoft. You can use this, or you can develop your own root cause analysis information. The Corrective Action Plan, or CAP, is a plan of action proposed by the aircraft operator on how they intend to bring themselves into conformity with the requirements of the question or the standard. The Corrective Action Plan should demonstrate the planned changes to any manuals or documents, and it should also propose any implementation action the operator is considering. Because the plan is in the future, all entries in the Corrective Action Plan field should be written in future tense. If it is a P3 question and you do not intend to close the finding, please enter No Further Corrective Actions in the CAP field. Once the work on the Corrective Action Plan is completed, the operator should advise the auditor that the work has been entered and is ready for review. The auditor will review the information in the Corrective Action Plan and either accept or reject the information provided. If it's rejected, the operator must reassess and re-enter the information into the Corrective Action Plan field. Don't forget, click Save when you finish entering the information into the CAP field. Next, the operator must fill in the Corrective Action Taken, or CAT, field, which is a description of what was actually done to address the nonconformity. The corrective action taken should be written in the past tense, as it's an indication of what has been done. Each and every corrective action is independent of the others, so please avoid using see above or see attached as a response. The assigned auditor will review the information and supporting evidence for the corrective action and will either accept or reject this action. If it's accepted, it will close the finding. The auditor must review evidence of documentary changes and any implementation that was carried out in order to close the finding. The operator should attach documents showing evidence directly to the individual corrective action within BARSoft. Once the auditor has accepted this information, the finding will be considered as closed. To achieve continuous BARS registration, the operator must undergo a renewal audit before the next registration expires, and they must close all P1 and P2 findings within the nominated finding due date. BARS registration has different colour categories to indicate the status of each of the aircraft operators. They can be gold, silver or green for operators who have closed their findings, amber for operators who still have findings in progress. Finally, there is a red category for audits where there is no further work on open findings. The BARS final audit report must have all P1 and P2 findings closed and at least a root cause analysis for the P3 findings. The audit company and also the BARS program office will conduct a final review of the audit report before it is published to BARSoft. Here's another look at the overall flowchart for the corrective action process. You can see the root cause analysis, corrective action plan, review by the auditor of the corrective action plan, the corrective action taken by the operator, and then the review and close of the findings by the auditor. We hope this information will help you work your way through the corrective action process for a BARS audit. The next video will assist you in understanding the ongoing requirements for the aircraft operator in the BARS registration period. This will be the BARS Registered AO phase of the registration cycle.